Have you ever wondered how strong manifestors, quantum jumpers, are able to manifest anything they put their mind to? Today we'll explore the deeper philosophy behind manifestation. And if you're new to manifestation, I would recommend checking this playlist called Manifestation Series, where I've compiled all the best videos on manifestation. To explain the philosophy behind manifestation, we would need a really great example. And I am picking an example of the doctrine of two truths from Buddhism. You can also find similar examples in other traditions and cultures as well, but this doctrine tells us that there are two truths, two ways of seeing the world. And the first truth is conventional truth, or sometimes it's also called a relative truth. So if things appear in a certain way to you, that's the way they are, which means the existence is conventional or relative. For example, how you see the world and things happening around you and everything that is happening right now is singular. If you think there is so much hate in the world, that's how the world is. But that doesn't mean that someone else is also seeing the world in the same way as you do. And this puts a lot of resistance in our lives. Let's take an example. If you think making money is hard, success only happens to lucky people, that's what you're going to get. Because you thinking in terms of lack will bring more lack. You thinking that everything is suffering, you are going to see more suffering. Now let's talk about the second truth, which is called ultimate truth. And this is the deeper, unchanging reality. And sometimes we also call it the non-duality of things, non-duality of life. This means you see the world as it is, without your own reasoning, without your own perception, without your own past and present experiences, without your belief systems. It doesn't define the ultimate truth because it is inexpressible. In Mahayana tradition in Buddhism, we also have a concept of emptiness, or in Sanskrit it's called shunyata. That means everything lies outside of the conventional experience and the language. Without going too much into the traditional teachings, if you can accept the things as they are, you are onto something. You start transforming your life. You start seeing things without your own conditioning. Now let's say if you want to manifest more money or you want more happiness, you know that happiness is a feeling and it simply exists. You don't have to put in too much effort in order to be happy, because when you're putting too much effort, you're putting a lot of resistance. So if you can let go of the effort because you know that money exists, happiness exists, and I can feel that emotion, I can have that when I am being me, when I am seeing things as they are. If you see money as money, if you see happiness as happiness, without going through the stages of, in order for me to be happy, I have to do X, Y, Z. In order to make money, I have to do this, this, and that. When we start to see things as they are, we start to change what we call in psychology our baseline. Baseline is your everyday, day-to-day experiences and feelings, especially emotions. For example, if you feel anxious all the time, if you feel angry all the time, if you feel sad all the time, that becomes your baseline. It starts transforming that. Now, instead of you being angry because that was your baseline, now you're seeing things as they are, and it starts changing that baseline. Now, how to apply these two truths to our manifestation? Let's first talk about the conventional truth and manifestation. Conventional truth is when you see the world from your belief system, right? So for this, practices like visualization, affirmations, or any other manifestation ritual that you do, these are really helpful because they align our perception and actions with our desires. Visualization and affirmation, or any other manifestation practice, they operate in the realm of conventional truth, because here we are taking action, right? So it's more action based. Of course, we do need the conventional truth. It's not completely that you have to ignore it. This is helpful in taking action, in aligning our perception, in aligning our energy with our desired reality. Whereas in ultimate truth and manifestation, here we recognize that everything is one, everything is interconnected. So there is no duality. Everything just exists independently. That means your goals, your desires, your manifestations, they all exist already. Here, your job is to recognize that and seeing that you already are worthy of all the things that you want. You are that person. Now let's see how meditation helps us to move in between conventional and ultimate truth. When we are meditating, it really helps us in increasing our awareness. We become more self-aware. We start to see things from our perspective. Now we are, instead of being unconscious of how we are seeing things, we are becoming conscious of them. So it's important to meditate from the conventional sense, from the conventional truth, to understand the reality, how we see it, right? In healing, we say we have to accept that there is something that we need to do, we need to work on before we even start our healing journey. And the moment we accept that, yes, I have anxiety or I have this issue that I need to overcome, you start your healing journey. So this helps you to see and perceive the world more clearly. Whereas in ultimate truth, when we use meditation, we gain deeper insights. We get the idea, we get the download, we connect those dots. So in here, when we use meditation from ultimate truth perspective in order to manifest, we understand that manifestation as a natural flow, and it just exists in that web of truth, the ultimate truth, ultimate reality. So we use different styles of meditation. That's something we can cover maybe in some other video. But for, let's say, for in the conventional truth, to increase your self-awareness, to become more mindful, we use what we call concentration meditation or shamatha practice in Buddhism. And in here, we use the insight meditation, or sometimes it's called vipassana or vipassana meditation, depending upon which tradition we are talking about. So if you can start applying all of that and also realizing the conventional truth and ultimate truth, because that is going to help you reduce so much of your suffering, so much of the resistance that you're putting on your manifestations. If you want to learn more about meditation, I have a guide that you can download. I'll leave the link in the description where I share 10 different ways, 10 different meditation practices that you can start using today. So there are 3 steps for manifestation from this point of view. And number 1 is meditation. Meditation will help you to develop a calm mind. You will become more self-aware. And then the second thing is visualization. As I mentioned, you now also visualize from the conventional point of view, where you are trying to align your perceptions, your actions based on your ultimate truth, the reality that you want, right? And number 3, aligned actions with insight. Because now you're not just taking action, you're not just putting in work and not seeing any results. You are taking inspired action by having the understanding of conventional truth and leading us to the ultimate truth, where everything already exists. You are just collecting yourself. You are bringing all that energy from the past and the future in the moment, in the here and now, where you accept everything, your experiences, your life, your suffering, your happiness, everything that you have as it is. You accept this pen without labeling it a pen, without labeling it that it is black, the cap is black, and everything else is gray. You don't apply that conditioning. In talking about emptiness, this pen, if we really go there, this pen is not a pen. We say this is a pen. This pen doesn't know it's a pen. Anyways, we can keep that conversation for another day, but if you want to start your manifestation practice, we are doing a free 14-day meditation challenge where I will teach you how to meditate like a monk. You can join the waitlist in the description. And if you found this video enlightening, I would really appreciate if you would hit that like button, leave a comment, and let me know if there is any topic you want me to talk about. And check this video if you want to learn more about quantum jumping.